A lot of us love farmers markets because we believe the vegetables are local, fresh, and better. Now we learn that's not always the case, and ABC7's Adam Cellini is here to explain. Adam.
Alan, thank you. You got to ask questions at these markets because some vendors are telling the truth, but some could be selling you the produce off the same truck that filled up your local grocery store. At Jessica's Organic Farm stand in Sarasota, you shop among the scenery, buying organic produce just a few feet from the farm's luscious green fields.
If you look at a head of lettuce here and look at a head of lettuce in Publix, there's quite a difference.
But take a closer look. Mexico, California, Holland. Near the end of harvest season, only 25% of the produce laid out was grown at Jessica's.
We import what we import so we can have a full market, and it's for the customer, so they have, they don't have to come to us and then go to Whole Foods or somewhere else.
The yellow signs mean it's from Jessica's, white signs from another farm or distributor. But not everyone is so honest about the origin of their products.
I see this with a lot of farms. They're intermixing the crops that they're buying from other places and with theirs. And I've seen also that a lot of resellers are labeling things organic when they're not certified.
Krista Leonard runs Geraldson Community Farm, who has a stand at the Bradenton and Central Sarasota farmers markets. She's seen signs out in front of stands saying locally grown and farm fresh, while the food tells a different story.
As an educated shopper, I know because I grow food, but people who don't know, they think that they're buying from that farm.
According to the USDA, the number of farmers markets in the country has doubled in the last decade. No doubt a reflection of more food-conscious shoppers. But more markets have attracted more resellers trying to take advantage, buying up the same produce that ends up in our grocery stores, then selling it cheap at a table marked fresh and local.
In large-scale markets, you will see USDA representatives walking around and checking your scales and whatnot, but in smaller markets you don't see that so much.
Phil Pagano has run the downtown Sarasota Farmers Market for 7 years. His market has growers, resellers, and several who dabble in both. All local, though he admits that term isn't exactly what people imagine.
You know, locally he's known within 100 miles,
okay,
something like that. So, you know, Department of Agriculture comes up with mileage on what is local.
Pagano's position as executive director is his full-time job, rare for a market manager. He says it allows him to personally check up on his produce vendors each year.
Someone makes application, and then we actually physically go out and look at their farm.
But he also says resellers are necessary, filling in the gaps with produce that can't grow in Florida and providing insurance during tough seasons like our recent warm winter.
People think because the sun's out that everything is just growing in the fields. Well, that's not true because it gets too hot.
Travis Kinsey doesn't grow any of his products, but he'll admit as much if you ask.
I tell him I don't hide anything. I don't claim to grow anything, but yet in the same token, I have pride at what I do. It takes me a long time to put together. I start during the week to put together a spread for every Saturday.
Back in the 80s, Jessica's farm stand did grow everything they sold. But customers changed, and they'll have to change again for all these markets to be truly local. Until then, pay attention to that head of lettuce. Back in 2013, the downtown Sarasota Farmers Market actually kicked out one of its vendors who was claiming to grow organic produce, but when Pagano went out to visit his farm, all he could find was an abandoned field.
Oh, wow. All right, Adam, thank you.